Thank you, Madam Chair. Anyway, Dr. Copan, since 1901, and we made reference to this earlier in our questioning and comments, NIST has been at the forefront of setting standards for the U.S. and the world. I understand that over 400 NIST staff have regularly participate in international standards activities, and so as technical experts and in leadership roles. So I guess my question has two parts. Would you mind elaborating on what the value is to have our own NIST experts participate in those kind of programs? And then how does this affect our broader U.S. effort to lead in emerging technologies like the quantum and the AI that you made reference to? Please.
Thank you so much, Ranking Member Baird. The role that NIST plays in setting standards is both a national and a global role. NIST coordinates the other agencies across the federal government to ensure that the federal government standards needs are addressed with one voice in a coordinated way. NIST also works as a partner to U.S. industry to ensure that in national as well as international negotiations that the U.S. positions are well coordinated and articulated to ensure that U.S. industry's needs are at the forefront of the standard setting process. Documentary standards are a negotiation process that affect both the key players across industry as well as the key players across international boundaries. We are now seeing for the first time a highly organized international competition for standard setting. NIST's role in this process is, of course, to continue to provide the leadership that's established through our technical leadership within each of the science and technology committees where we have a role, but also to provide the underpinning technical excellence that's needed to guide the standards negotiators who may be leading committees on behalf of the United States' interests. And so with this changing dynamic internationally, it's important for us to remember that, of course, this is a free market society, and each company has freedom to negotiate for its own internal corporate strategic needs and goals. And so it winds up being a challenge for us sometimes to ensure that those industry players actually do speak together with one voice, that the outcomes that are most important for U.S. leadership in these emerging fields are ultimately achieved. And the international standards process, we have seen other nations now taking a much more aggressive position for committee leadership to try to dominate committees that are in their nation's best interest. And so it's important for U.S. industry to remain highly engaged, and recommendations that have come from the ROI initiative that Chairwoman Stevens had referenced talks about encouraging U.S. industry once again to fully engage in this process. Thank you.
One additional question. As we all know, the world's becoming more and more interconnected, as you made reference to, and the relative insecurity of many devices present, and they present enormous challenges. And that's why I have co-sponsored H.R. 1668, which is really the Internet of Cybersecurity and Improvement Act of 2019. So if you could, how does this budget proposal support NIST's examination of the IoT capabilities and the growing measurement and security challenges created by the convergence of digital technologies with the physical world?
Thank you so much, Ranking Member Baird. Cybersecurity is obviously a top priority for NIST. It's a top priority for the nation, and thank you so much for your leadership in that effort. The budget proposal for NIST for 2020 maintains our core capabilities for cybersecurity, as well as our commitments to advance the privacy framework and the privacy agenda for this nation in an open, transparent, and collaborative process with stakeholders from the public and the private sectors. The Cybersecurity Center of Excellence is one of the leading centers globally for the Internet of Things and for its assessment, for the evaluation of vulnerabilities, and for the determination of interoperability and standards challenges and opportunities together with the players across multiple U.S. industry sectors. Thank you.